That particular day that I discovered I had a problem was pretty shocking.
Well, Mark was diagnosed with a cancer in his throat. At the time of diagnosis, the cancer had spread to lymph nodes in his neck. Many people consider that lymph node involvement to be incurable.
And he called me and said, hey, what you doing? Like, you know, I'm gonna act like everything's fine. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm driving the car. What did he say?
I didn't want to have to start the worry train for her, and
It didn't work.
it didn't work.
I met him at the door with a flashlight and a spoon, and it was exactly what I had seen online, and what I had read about it wasn't good.
Well, Mark come to me and was feeling very healthy. I think he was shocked about the awareness that he had this lump that didn't seem very significant to him.
Well, it was actually my mom who told me. She had picked me up from school, and I had already known that there was kind of something wrong a little bit. And then she said, your dad has throat cancer. And I got really emotional.
She definitely had, I think, the hardest time with it for all those reasons, you know, being the youngest and daddy's little girl, and you know, her and I being super close.
Mark gathered us all down to his boat and announced together that he had got the diagnosis.
That really hit home in knowing that we would all have to be there on a daily basis as much as we could for the next year to get him through this.
I was so choked up because it's your first experience with it. And then let alone it being your closest friend. I was just wiped out for a couple days.
It also hit personally for me, really, because I had Hodgkin's lymphoma in '93. All right, this is gonna be a daily struggle for the next year, but he doesn't know what that means yet, but he's gonna find out. And believe me, that brings up the memories and feelings of what the chemo and radiation are, and they're not fun.
You just kind of want to think, well, it can't be that bad, you know. But as it turns out, it is that bad.
Mark got a series of radiation treatments each day, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, for about 7 weeks. And that was a hard time for him. The treatments cause a progressive soreness in the mouth and throat to the point that he really couldn't swallow.
It was really bad though, really horrible thing to watch him go through.
There was like a month where he couldn't even get out of bed or really talk or anything, and it was really hard. It was like not having a dad for a month.
You know, your mouth and your throat get so sore that swallowing just is not an option. Not even water. You know, you're done.
Our daughter, who was 11, she was just scared. She was just afraid that her dad was gonna die.
There was a few times when I would get, you know, emotionally down, and from time to time, you know, you can't help but to project mentally, you know, what if.
One of the scariest parts of my life probably was when my dad was in bed for a month. Like, he never got out and he was continuously sleeping, and I was so scared. I actually thought that he was gonna die.
I'm the nurse in Overlake Radiation Oncology, and one of my primary job is to help with symptom management and to guide our patients through their treatment.
First of all, the people at Overlake, I felt like they were there sort of 24/7, and Carla, Dr. Reese's nurse, was just always so available to us and supportive. And
he needed to know on a daily basis that he was doing all the right things, that he was His treatment was where we expected it to be, his symptoms were where we expected it to be, and he just needed that daily encouragement to know that things were going to be okay.
So Mark had the test early in the week before I met him, and I knew it was going to be anxiety-provoking when he came in to get the results. And so as soon as I walked in the room, almost before I said hi, I told him the results of the test. And we all had a group hug, and you know, it's just one of those times where you know all of that hard work was worth it.
And when we went in, Dr. Reese walked in the room, greeted us, and immediately said, "Your scan looks great." And just the relief and just the relief.
Everybody's excited and everybody gets, you know, teary-eyed over it, you know, when we know that somebody is cleared of their cancer.
The overwhelming sort of theme that I came away with was these people are passionate about caring. They really, really care about you, and they want to do anything they can possibly do to help you through this thing. That's the feeling I came away with, and I don't know if you could ask for anything more than that.